Hello, Sanbonani. My name is Lungsan Hlongwa, and I am the financial advisor and ambassador of Assupol. And today, what I would like to do is I would like to say some words about the new two-pot retirement system. A lot has been said about the system. A lot of confusion has sort of arisen as a result of this new two-pot system. And I would just like to say some words about it and perhaps provide a bit more clarity on the system as to what exactly it is and what it entails and what it means for you as an employee. The first thing that I want to say is that is a disclaimer, and the disclaimer is that the two-pot system is named very, very poorly. It's not named in a precise manner, in a clear manner. It's named in a manner that lends itself to misinterpretation and confusion and a lack of clarity. And the reason why that is because even though it's called the two-pot system, there actually are three pots in the system, right? So naming it the two-pot system makes it a bit confusing. But anyway, that is how it is. That is what it is named. So be that as it may. Then what I'm going to do for the rest of the video is I'm going to sort of mention a sort of subheading or a question, and then I'm going to get into it. I'm going to delve into it and, and say some things about that particular topic or question or subheading. The first is, what exactly is the two-pot system in general terms? So the two-pot system is a framework that begins on the 1st of September, or that began rather on the 1st of September 2024 and takes effect from that date going forward. And what it is a framework. It's a framework that is going to be handling or sort of inform how the retirement contributions and retirement funds of employees are handled. This is the system that is going to dictate as to how the retirement funds of employees are handled, right? Then something else that's important is to say some words about the objective of the legislature. Why is this system being brought about? Why is it being introduced? Because that's important. That's important in understanding what the system entails and what the system is. Knowing what the objective of the legislator gives you more clarity and more understanding of the system, right? So the objective of the legislature is to help better balance the two elements, which are on the one hand the provision enough funds being provided for the retirement of employees, right? Ensuring that a significant portion of funds is placed into a pot or into a fund whereby those funds will be used to ensure that the employee enjoys an income at their time of retirement, right? That's on the one hand. On the other hand, what the system proposes or wants to do is it wants to provide a system that has enough flexibility so that the employees have the ability to have some measure of access to their funds in case of emergencies or unplanned expenses, right? So those are the two elements that the legislature is trying to sort of balance between the two and ensure that there's a solid and proper balance with those two elements. So before again we discuss the two-pot system as it is from the 1st of September going forward, I think it's important to sort of say some words and discuss what the system was prior to the two-pot system, right? Because that's very, very important. So prior to the two-pot system, as of basically the beginning of employment to the 31st of August 2024, the system was as follows. When an employee was employed, they would, of course, place some funds into one portion of the fund, which was going to be received by the employee at the time of retirement as a lump sum. That was 1/3, and then the other 2/3 were going to be received by the employee in order for them to buy an annuity, right? Whether it's through the GPF or another company or a private company, in which case I would always advise that you put that amount of money into Assupol, because there are incredible benefits to that. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. So under this system, which existed prior to the 1st of September 2024, there was no provision, no allowance, no flexibility for an employee to withdraw money from their pension or from their retirement fund. And that resulted in many people resigning with the objective of trying to get access to their funds, even though they weren't necessarily at a point where they want to resign or retire, but they'll do so simply to get access to the funds, right? So the legislature wants to provide more flexibility in that regard for people that need to have access to their funds. So the funds that existed or that exist in a person's sort of retirement fund as of 31 August 2024 will not be affected by the new two-pot system. It will remain as it is and will be governed by the laws that existed prior to the two-pot system being being instituted or commencing, right? With the single exception that 10% of that fund, which is called the vested pot, this is the pot that includes all the pensions from beginning of employment all the way up to the 31st of August 2024. That pot is called the vested pot, and 10% of that vested pot is going to be taken out and deposited into another pot, which will be the savings pot. And this savings pot will be a pot that going forward in an employee's life and work will be deposited 1/3 of their income or of their retirement income will be deposited into that savings pot, right? So that is the first of the two savings pot. The sort of vested pot is the one that's sort of not recognized in the title or in the name of the system, right? So the first pot is the savings pot, and then the second pot is the retirement pot. And in this retirement pot, what happens is that the employees' retirement contributions, 2/3 of them will be deposited into this retirement fund or retirement pot. The retirement pot is inaccessible to the employee. It's there to ensure that when the employee retires, they have an income that will sustain them and take care of them and their needs, right? The savings pot, on the other hand, is a pot that the employee does have access to. However, there are limitations to the access that the employee has on or in or to the savings pot. And the limits are as follows. It is limited to 10%, limited to 30,000 Rand. That's the amount of money that can be withdrawn from the savings pot once a year. There is a limit of one withdrawal per year, right? So there's a limitation in terms of the percentage limited to the amount of 30,000 Rands, but also there's the limitation in terms of the number of times that you can withdraw from that pot, which is only once a year. This provides a good balance as the legislature intends, of ensuring that 2/3 of an employee's income is placed in a retirement pot that will ensure that the employee has funds to look after them and their needs when they reach retirement age, but at the same time also provide enough flexibility for them to be able to have access to funds in case of emergencies or unplanned expenses, right? So, what are the tax implications of withdrawal? This is very, very important because it informs your decision if you want to make the decision to withdraw from the savings pot. And the reality and the truth of it that is incredibly important to know and understand is that the entirety of the amount that you withdraw from the savings pot is taxable. It is taxable exactly in the same way as your basic salary is taxable. And it can even actually push you into a higher tax bracket, right? So what this means is that I personally would advise any person to leave the savings pot as it is, because ultimately the savings pot is going to be the amount of money that will be deposited or made available to the employee as a lump sum at the time of retirement, right? So leave it there. The advice is to leave it there and leave it there for the purpose that it's actually designed for, which is for it to be a lump sum at the time of retirement. However, if you find yourself in a pinch, if you find yourself in a situation that is unplanned or an emergency situation that requires funds, then and only then is it advisable to withdraw from the savings pot. However, besides that or besides such circumstances, my advice is leave it as it is. That is the two-pot system. That's my take on the two-pot system, my description of the two-pot system. My name is Lungsan Hlongwa, and I'm a financial advisor and ambassador of Assupol. And I would love for you to share your thoughts in the comment section. And also, if you know anybody that is nearing retirement, that is 55 years or older, that is only a few years left, that has only a few years left before their retirement, do advise them to get in contact with me, because there are products that we have, a specific product that we have that is incredibly beneficial to anybody who's looking towards or is going towards retirement. My name is Lungsan Hlongwa. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section about this description, this sort of exploration of the two-pot retirement system. I'll see you on the next video.